Hello, everybody. Mr. Klausner here. Hope you can hear me. Didn't get that thing where it says, "Oh, you are now recording." Okay, yeah. Well, here we go. Recording in progress. This is the last video I'm going to make for 2021. I love making these videos so you guys that are online or anybody who misses a day knows what we're doing in that whole week. Let me go ahead and share my screen as we jump into week 17. Wow, can you believe it? I cannot personally. It goes by so fast. I mean, just too fast. Welcome to week 17. Our character this week is Ratatouille. This is Monday, December 13th, talking about the whole week that goes until the 17th. Special A schedule, so I'll show you that. It is finals week, as you know, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. I'll show you that. The quote of the week says, "Tell your heart that the fear of suffering is worse than the suffering itself." So we always enter the classroom quietly. We start with a prayer. I take attendance, and then I go through the announcements. There are some announcements today. Like the schedules we'll go over. I always send out the learner email, the online learner email. I'll make this YouTube video so you guys can do that. And then please check your grade book to make sure you have all your assignments up to date. There are like 5 or 6 students who are missing a couple homeworks. So make sure you're not one of them. Review what we have learned so far this year. That's the first thing we're going to do. We'll do a stretch, and then we'll do the Zootopia homework, so following our normal Monday schedule, and then there'll be some time at the end to work on your final. Again, your final exam is due Wednesday, that is December 15th by 2:30 p.m., okay? You can turn it in hard copy, you can turn it in online, and then we clean up and dismiss. So here's our A schedule for the day. It's a little different. It starts at 7:40. And then each period, it kind of depends on which period there, how many minutes you get. But you can see period 1 is 45, period 2 is 40 from 8:35 to 9:15. Then you have your break, period 3, period 4, lunch, advisory, period 5, period 6, period 7. And they differ in how long the minutes are. So you can see some of them have 45, some of them have 40. This is because we cut out the assembly day for today. Okay, now our final schedule, this is starting tomorrow. Tomorrow, if you have me for period 2, you're going to see me at 9:30 in the morning, okay? And those guys online, you already have your finals, so you just got to submit it by December 15th, which is that next Wednesday. Those of you that are watching this that are in person, period 3, period 4 on Wednesday, period 5, period 6 on Thursday, and then period 7, period 8 on Friday. Now, I always send out this email. Some of you read it, some of you do not. I know that's just to give you more information. I have the whole week planned out here, so I always try to plan it out. And then I send out this email so we know exactly what we're doing. Now, one semester is already pretty much finished, but it is our outline. This is the next outline for the next 3 weeks. So now I'm talking about the next 3 weeks, week 17, week 18, and week 19, which 18 and 19, you'll be on holiday break, but doesn't mean that we're just going to cruise. So we have Ratatouille, one of my favorite movies. That homework is due January 4th by when we start class. Additionally, we have week 18 homework, which is Monsters, Inc. and Mike Wazowski and Sully and the gang. That is also due on the 4th, okay? So when we come back, we have 2 pages of homework due. We have 2 assignments, week 17 and week 18. Week 19, or I'm gonna axe it. So you do not have to do week 19 homework. And period 5 got their telephone, which I didn't think they could do, but they got it. So I told them I'd take away 1 week of the homework. I was gonna give you 3 weeks over this, but I really want you guys to focus and study. I don't want you to let 3 weeks go by without doing any mathematics. Enjoy your family time, of course, but make sure you're staying up to date on your math. When we return in January, we start then on January 4th with week 20, and that's the Avengers week, okay? And this week's schedule I showed you, we meet online. If you are online, we'll meet Monday in the Google Calendar. That Google meeting that's set for every Monday is at 12:20. On Wednesday, we'll meet at 11 a.m., but there will be no meeting Friday. So those of you are trying to do that, we don't have it on Friday. So the homeworks are attached to this email. But let's learn a little bit about, let's just review kind of our learning process and then what we learned this year. So I always start you guys off with set your goals. So that's our dream board. We're going to learn the natural laws about the mathematics, learn about ourselves, Okay, so that's what the I am from poem is. That's what our dream board is. That's what our genealogy project is. Learn about ourselves. Then we develop a plan. That's where we have our set goals and we think about how do we do on the STAR test. And then it's important to evaluate. So always make sure you come back, evaluate the objective we learned, evaluate yourself on your projects. And then here, this is good to evaluate us as a group, what we've learned this year. We've learned big things like integers and operations. Incredibly important. A negative times a negative yields a positive. Word problems, how to break them down, how to find the noun and the verb, how to manipulate the numbers, and then how do we respond to word problems. Percents, decimals, and fractions, and how do we convert in between them. 3/5 is equal to 0.6, which is 60%. Okay, you just got to know those, and you can follow a couple routes to get there. The big ones, and I should have included two, but 1 and 2-step algebraic equations. Mainly been focused on the 1-step, but these are really everyday things that we can use variables to solve for numbers we don't know yet. And 1-step, we make sure we have our t-bar, make sure our variables isolated, and then we solve, and then we check our work. So we've talked a little bit and here and there about exponents and square roots. So 5 squared is 25, but then the square root of 25 is 5. Or -5. So we'll talk about that more. Unit rates of finding how much does it cost per one, how much per one, miles per hour, how many prices for one. Speaking of prices, we did a lot and it's a good practice. Taxes, tips, discounts, markups, and markdowns. How do we solve for each one of those? You use that every day. Every day we go to the store when there might be a markup on a price or it might be a markdown of 10%. You got to solve that. Finding percents of, this would be those word problems that is 18 is what percent of 36. You got to solve that. Geometry, so we haven't done as much geometry, but we still have been working with, shapes and working with angles. So we've done a little of that. Converting between units, we did that a little bit at the beginning, area, perimeter, and volume. So always maybe working with our geometry. With known variables, that's where I tell you x equals 5. What is x squared? Okay, just use that example. That'd be 25. And then probability, we did a little bit of that. If you have a jar, how much or what's the percentage if you pull out one coin in that? We did a little bit of that. So that's our whole year that we've learned in 4 or 5 months, and we're gonna continue making sure we know all these things and learning some new things in second semester. So, and this is important because we're going to do a little activity around this, so just make sure you know what you've learned. We'll stretch, review the homework, and then I'll give you some time to work on your final exam and your projects due by Wednesday 2:30, and then that's it. Do you have any questions for me? Those of you that are online, I miss you guys. And stay safe over the holidays. Have a great holiday season. Take care of your families. Be there for them and make sure everybody's having a good time. And also remember that this season is a season of giving, not getting. So just always give your love and give your heart away to your family and friends. And it'll be a great holiday season. I'll miss you all. I know this was a longer one, but have a great 2-week vacation. And I'll see you back in January.